made during this broadcast regarding products or the claims made about specific products have not been evaluated by the U.S. Food and Drug Administration. Products and treatments discussed are not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent disease. Make your physician aware of all nutritional supplements used and immediately notify your physician if you have any health concern or undiagnosed sign or symptom.
Get ready to get healthy. Get ready to get fit. Get ready to take charge of your health. Get ready to listen, learn, and live healthier, because your health is your wealth. It's time for some information and inspiration. It's time to talk about health and nutrition. Nutrition for your body, for your mind, for your spirit. It's time for Let's Talk Nutrition. Proper exercise, stress relief, eating well, supplementation for when you don't. Let's Talk Nutrition. Scientists, authors, nutrition specialists, personal trainers, holistic healers, experts in traditional, natural, and integrative medicine. Daily prizes and giveaways. Follow Dr. Garko on Twitter at Dr. Garko and on Facebook at facebook.com/Dr. Michael Garko. Now, welcome to Let's Talk Nutrition.
Welcome to Let's Talk Nutrition. Just commenting on, did you ever have a printer? We got a printer here at the station. This thing, it's so unreliable. It is just unreliable. You never know. You say Hail Marys when you walk down the hall to hope that your documents are there. Sometimes you even get CIA documents to come in. I don't know. So I'll be reporting on a piece of technology. We can't even get printers right. So I'm going to be talking about a smartphone today in a moment here that apparently can sniff out disease. Really? How about just getting a printer to work? How about sniffing that one out? Welcome to the show. It's great to be with you. Got to laugh. I mean, otherwise you get too stressed, right? I'm trying to think, I hope it's there because I need that document. I want to do my opening, right? No, not there. Okay. But we'll figure it out. I hope you're having a good day. It is, we're having just terrible weather around the country. I'm going to see if I can get to a story about that in a moment. Dealing with climate change. I don't know if I'll get it in this opening segment. But you can watch Let's Talk Nutrition right now at letstalknutrition.com. And you can view the show on demand. And you can hear it on demand as well because the shows are archived, both the audio and the video. We do that because people, people are busy. They can't necessarily be listening to the show when we're on. So we archive it. A lot of people do. We can tell people go to the site and check out the archives. We can track that. And we see that people do, in fact, like that. Oh, my goodness. So much to tell you. I don't know where to begin to tell you. One thing I can tell you is Paul Schulick will be my guest today. He'll be calling in. He's with New Chapter. So I want to play. We'll play that game in a little bit. Since I was complaining about the unreliable printer down the hall story, let me tell you about a piece of technology that they're now trying to develop that deals with a smartphone that apparently can smell or sense out a disease. Now, we have the smartphone can help you find a restaurant. It can help you find a theater. I wonder if it helped Warren Sapp in Phoenix. Got in a lot of trouble, Warren did. I wonder if he used a smartphone for that service. For those of you who don't know, pay attention to the news and you'll appreciate the joke. We use our smartphones for a lot of things. Now, apparently, I see you put your headset on, Stephen. You were going to comment?
Oh, no, I was just putting my headset on.
Okay. I thought you were going to sort of chime in on that Warren Sapp reference.
Oh, I'm sure I could, but I'll leave it as is.
As is. Mm-hmm. Then you're better off. So this smartphone is being developed. This guy must be pretty smart. It's a Professor Hassam Haik. He works for the Technion Israel Institute of Technology. They're probably located in Israel, if I had to guess. And they're developing this product, and they're coupling it with a smartphone. and you'll be able to. The phone is going to be able to screen the person's breath for early detection. They said of a life-threatening disease. There he is. He looks like a young guy. Look at him.
Yeah, he is a young guy.
Young guy. If you're watching, what you'll see on your screen is the news release from that institute. A phone so smart it sniffs out disease. And this phone is amazing. Apparently, they're working on it. You're going to probably you heard it here first. They got a huge grant, like a $6.8 million grant to develop this, what they call electronic nose breathalyzer. I mean, really. All right. We'll see. It's amazing how the landscape is changing and how technology is influencing the way we think about health, the way we practice health, the way we treat it, the way we can identify whether a person has a disease or not. I mean, imagine that. So on this show, I spend an inordinate amount of time trying to convince people that perhaps they should try something new, right? I mean, obviously that would be an agenda for a health talk show. Well, so a researcher at the University of Pennsylvania, Annenberg School for Communication, apparently this particular researcher and her colleagues, and Dr. Emily Falk, she's the lead author of this study, has figured out in her research that self-affirmation may be a way to make your brain more receptive to health advice. Well, when I read that, I was all eyes and all ears. This new discovery shows how this simple intervention, a self-affirmation, sort of opens up your brain to accept advice that's hard to hear. And I'm sure at times on this show when I'm talking about you need to exercise more, you need to lose weight, some people out there's a lot of cognitive dissonance because they are overweight or obese, they're not exercising, they're drinking too much, smoking too much. That can raise a lot of cognitive dissonance in a person. And here I am saying, well, you should consider it. And the guest comes rolling in saying the same kind of thing. After a while, that gets annoying, right? You say, I can't listen to this anymore. It's too much cognitive dissonance. So you got to be careful how you do this. But apparently, if I do something else with the messaging, it's going to open up the listener's brain to be, being more accepting of the message. Now, psychologists have known for a long time that using self-affirmation is a technique to improve outcomes ranging from health behaviors in high-risk patients, they said, to increasing academic performance at risk youth. And Dr. Falk said self-affirmation involves reflecting on core values. And, has your doctor, and then they goes on to say, has your doctor ever told you to get more exercise? Well, I've certainly have told you that. Has your spouse ever suggested you eat healthier? The advice is given with good intentions. Everybody's meaning well, but maybe you're just, but a lot of people, what happens? They get very defensive. They feel defensive when they're confronted with those suggestions. Because why? It highlights or otherwise points out some sort of flaw in the person. It makes anybody defensive, me included. But in this research, they found if you get the person to reflect on values that bring meaning to people or to otherwise see threatening messages as valuable and self-relevant, you get a different kind of outcome. And Dr. Falk said, our work shows that when people are affirmed, their brains process subsequent messages differently. We come back. I was thinking as I was reading the piece, okay, how do you do this? When we come back, I'll share with you what they did in the study. And it seemed a little awkward to me, but maybe you all have some ideas, and maybe the guys in the studio have some ideas about how to do this. And I'll share with you what they did and how you append a self-affirming message to a health message to ask, that you're trying to get somebody to change a particular behavior. This is interesting. We all get defensive. Even though people love us and care about us, they're telling us, they're giving us advice on what to do. It makes us defensive. Well, if there's another way to moderate that, maybe we can do better. Hi, this is Dr. Michael Garko. Did you know that over 20 million people in the United States suffer from some form of joint pain? If you have joint or muscle pain, Flexin can help. Good joints are an essential part of everyday life, and the lack of healthy joints can prevent you from enjoying daily activities and rob you of a better quality of life. Flexin is specially formulated with CM8 to provide the pain relief and support your joints need. Flexin CM8 is designed to lubricate your joints and muscles while reducing inflammation and supporting stronger cartilage. Flexin isn't just another glucosamine supplement, it's much more. Its extraordinary formula is composed of powerful ingredients and a special blend of enzymes that make digestion and absorption fast and easy, with results in as little as 1 week. So if you want to enjoy everyday activities again and improve your quality of life, look no further than Flexin. For more information, call 1-800-NPAIN. That's 1-800-NPAIN, or visit your local fine health food store and pick up a bottle of Flexin today.
Feel tired, lethargic, or irritable? Take Solace. You're one of millions of Americans that has trouble falling asleep or staying asleep. In fact, according to a national survey, 54% of adults have trouble sleeping. So what can you do about it? Take Solace. Solace is an all-natural dietary supplement formulated to support healthy sleep and relaxation. Solace can help you fall asleep and stay asleep naturally. Formulated with all-natural ingredients, Solace is non-addictive and won't leave you feeling groggy in the morning. Take Solace an hour before bed and feel the calming effects of this extensively researched sleep and relaxation aid. For more information on Solace, call toll-free 877-533-7066 or visit takesolace.com. That's 877-533-7066 or take SOLUS.com. Look for Solace in your local health and nutrition store. Solace, for a good night's rest naturally.
Did you know that when it comes to supporting whole body health, there's an herbal supplement that may be as important as your daily multivitamin? Discover Zyflamend Whole Body from New Chapter. Formulated to support a whole body, healthy inflammation response, an ongoing natural process and part of the body doing its job. We often think of the inflammation response as something we can feel, such as where there are sensitive nerve endings. But did you know that we can also have an inflammation response we can't feel? And whether we are aware of it or not, our inflammation response can affect the whole body. Zyflamend is a patented blend of 10 remarkable herbs, including pure and potent turmeric, that help balance and support your body's natural, healthy inflammation response for overall health and wellness. And it's clinically tested. Discover the premier herbal supplement for whole body health from New Chapter, Zyflamend Whole Body. These statements have not been evaluated by the Food and Drug Administration. This product is not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease. Available at your local fine health food store.
When you're passionate about your health, that passion leads to the knowledge that exercise and a healthy diet are not always enough. Sometimes you need the extra nutritional boost that only supplements can provide. If you are looking for the leading national brands of vitamins, supplements, health and beauty, weight loss, or sports nutrition products, look no further than Vitamin Discount Center. Voted best independent chain by Vitamin Retailer Magazine, Vitamin Discount Center has been a trusted and valuable nutrition resource to the Tampa Bay area for over 15 years. With daily savings up to 50%, Vitamin Discount Center offers the best prices on the highest quality nutritional supplements. Not only will you find unbeatable value, your visit includes access to a staff educated on the application of products to help equip you with the products and information you need to proactively improve your health. To locate the store nearest you, visit vitamindiscountcenter.com, as well as access to articles on popular health topics, promotions, events, and thousands of products to shop from right at home. Your search for an affordable solution to better health is finally over. Vitamin Discount Center. For life, for less.
Let's Talk Nutrition is brought to you by Now Foods. Our products work. Garden of Life, empowering extraordinary health. Form Essentials, makers of the sleep aid Solace. Now introducing Zinnia for healthy hair, skin, and nails. Flexin, the joint health experts. Nordic Naturals, pure and great tasting omega oils. Let's Talk Nutrition on the web at letstalknutrition.com. We're back from the break, so let's rejoin Dr. Michael Garko.
Welcome back. Welcome to Let's Talk Nutrition, wherever and however you may be listening and whatever you may be doing. And you can be watching Let's Talk Nutrition right now at letstalknutrition.com. I'm reporting on a study out of the University of Pennsylvania, Annenberg School of Communication. Interesting study. And it deals with the idea that when you're giving some advice to people, let's say like health advice, that they should lose weight, exercise more, get more sleep, manage stress, whatever it might be, that oftentimes that makes people defensive because it's pointing to some sort of weakness or deficiency or, some area for improvement, and people can get defensive. That's understandable. I get that. Well, in this study, what they did was they gave the person advice, and then they gave them another message, which was a value-oriented message that was very self-affirming. Let me give you an example. And what they found was, let me tell you that, what they found was when they did that, people tended to be more compliant with the message and would try to institute some change. That's good. I mean, this is something I want to think about using on the show. But let me give you an example of what they did. Maybe I think it's a little clumsy, but for example, they said to the volunteers, one of the health messages they gave them was, according to the American Heart Association, people at your level of physical inactivity are at a much higher risk for developing heart disease. Okay, they gave them that message. Sure enough. Then what they said, they would give them a self-affirming message like, think of a time when you will help a friend or a family member reach an accomplishment. That message doesn't have anything to do with being physically inactive. Wouldn't you have to come up with a value-oriented message that's self-affirming, that dealt with the theme or the topic, health topic or health issue? Now, I wish I had the full study. I would like to see some of the examples that they used. I have to think about that. What would be a self-affirming message? If you say to somebody, the American Heart Association says that people at your level of physical inactivity are at a higher risk for developing heart disease. Now, maybe a self-affirming message would be something like, taking care of your health is a health benefit for your family as well as you. Sort of like when I end my show every day. Your health is your wealth, and your health is the wealth of those that care about and love you. In other words, the self-affirming message would be that you'll be helping your family by taking care of your health. You're going to be helping your family in that they love you and they care about you, and you're going to help them in the sense that maybe you'll be here longer. I guess that's self-affirming, but it seems to me you got to find some creative way to connect that self-affirming, value-loaded message to the health advice. Otherwise, it seems stupid. I'm just saying. But it's interesting. The brain, apparently, and I've thought about this often. You come on the show and you talk about overweight and obesity. You have listeners who are overweight and obese. That's why you never hear me say fat people using sort of these derisional kinds of terms, these pejorative terms. I think sometimes the messaging, although well-intended, can make people defensive. I understand that. So I'll give it some thought. You might give it some thought, too, when you're trying to give some health advice. Okay, I want to play a word game with John and Stephen. So, Stephen, I'll say the word, and you say whatever first thing that comes to your mind. Okay? Bow and arrow.
Hunt.
John?
Food.
What?
Food.
Food. That's good, guys. Hunt and food. I would have fallen out of my chair if you would have said Neolithic period.
That was a close runner-up.
It was on the tip of your tongue, right?
Yeah, hunt snuck out, though.
You're close. You're close. You're both close. The Neolithic period, Stephen, check if you can real quick. I know it was at least 5,000 years ago, maybe 7,000 years ago. The sixth millennium, at least that, BCE. By the way, BCE means before the Common Era. BC means before Christ, but oftentimes they'll use BCE, before the Common Era. Well, it turns out that archaeologists have found artifacts from the Neolithic period. I kid you not. Bows and arrows. And Steve said hunt, John said food. Both of those are implicated in the study. But we often think of hunting as a sport. During the Neolithic period, you would never have thought of hunting as a sport. You would think they were hunting for food. Well, guess what? There's some evidence to suggest that maybe they had something else in mind as well with the hunting. Be right back.
Hi, I'm Kate. When I asked my health food store to recommend
Let's Talk Nutrition is brought to you by Renew Life, the digestive care company, Yerba Prima, pioneers in internal cleansing, Greens Plus, superfood for super health, Medi-C Plus, for heart health and more. New Chapter, the benefit of nature's wisdom. Let's Talk Nutrition on the web at letstalknutrition.com. We're back from the break, so let's rejoin Dr. Michael Garko.
It is my opinion that the more we know about our past and from whence we came, the better understanding of what we are at the moment and where we might be going. Welcome back to Let's Talk Nutrition. It's great to be with you. 877-897-8255. That's a toll-free number. Call anytime you want, wherever and however you may be listening, whatever you may be doing. I'm always interested in what you're thinking and what your views are about whatever I'm talking about. And I'm reporting on given what I just said about my lead in here, about our past, our ancient past. You oftentimes hear me report on these kinds of studies because I firmly believe having that kind of understanding does inform us about who we are and what we are right now as a species, as individuals, and where we might be going. And archaeologists have found some artifacts, a bow, an arrow, and the remains of some game, prey, that are pretty ancient. And I'll tell you how ancient in a second. And it dates back to the Neolithic period. The Neolithic era, also known as the New Stone Age, so this was a while back, was the time after the Stone or Ice Age and before the Copper Age in some areas on the planet, and the and in some areas, and the Bronze Age and other parts of the world, depending. Now, depending on the region of the world, the Neolithic era was from about 9,000, I'll use BC, before Christ, to about 3,000 BC before Christ. This is a long time ago. Ancient is an understatement. Well, apparently, bow hunting was an important part of the Neolithic world. And researchers from Universitat Autònoma de Barcelona these archaeologists have found some artifacts that suggest that bow hunting was not only for food, but it may have been one of the pillars, they said, of unity as a group of primitive human societies. In other words, the hunting was not just for food, it was to celebrate achievement, it was to develop, consolidate community, and so on. If you're watching, what you see there is an artifact of one of the remains of prey that they hunted. Look like antlers to me. It's the bucranium. It's called bucranium. I guess it was some sort of prey. Nevertheless, they found this in a place in Spain called La Draga. And they analyzed these Neolithic bows that they found in La Draga, this part of Spain. And according to them, what they have found is the oldest bow artifact ever found before. And here's what the researchers said. Comparing the scarce remains of wild animals and the abundant hunting gear found at the site, we conclude that nutrition was not the main aim of developing hunting objects. Whoa. Neolithic archery could have had a significant community and social role, as well as providing social prestige to physical activity and individuals involved in it. End quote. So said Dr. Xavier Terradas. This is amazing. We think of our ancestors at this period of time, this Neolithic time. Notice what I said. It's what? Somewhere around 9,000 BC to 3,000 BC. we view them as very primitive, not civilized, and so on. But here, we now have some archaeological evidence to suggest that they engaged in hunting almost, dare I say it, a sport. What we do today. Hunting does the same kind of thing in modern life, doesn't it? Adding social prestige, right? Hunters display the remains. Taxidermist gets a hold of it, you mount the head or whatever. And it brings people together in community and so on. But they were using archery not only to survive, but to promote some sort of social structure and to identify achievement. I find that astonishing. What that suggests to me is that there must be some innate propensity for us to do these kinds of things. We call it civilized. Well, they were far from civilized. And yet they were engaging in those behaviors. That's intriguing to me. Absolutely intriguing. And you might say, well, that's a health talk show. It has nothing to do with health. Oh, yes, it does. It has everything to do with health because health occurs in a context. The context in which we live. And it's more than just biology and chemistry. Health is more than just that. Health is about our relationships. Health is about the context in which the health is occurring. Our society right now, the built environment that we have, for example, is promoting obesity. No parks for kids to play in, not enough sidewalks. The cities aren't being built to accommodate or to inspire or motivate people to walk, move, or otherwise be physically active. We have every modern convenience that causes us to sit and be sedentary. We drive to work, we sit on the bus, or whatever. We sit at the office. Everything's sitting. Where's the physical activity? We promote it. Convenience, in the name of convenience. So that's why I report on these studies. Health occurs and wellness occur in a context. That context is a driver for the quality of health, the way health is practiced, the way health and wellness are thought about. I find this absolutely intriguing that as far back as the Neolithic period, they were using hunting not only for survival, but hunting to create community. Think about this. Live in an environment where there's high crime. Live in an environment that is not conducive to good health. What do you have? You don't have good health. Our psychological life is just as much a part of our health as our biological life. I'll be back.
Still looking for your fountain of youth? It's Xenia. Look no further than the beauty aisle of your favorite health and nutrition store. Xenia is the newest product from Form Essentials, the brand that brought you solace. So you know it's filled with the highest quality ingredients. Many cosmetic products only treat topically, while Xenia addresses aging and hair loss from within. Formulated to support the growth of radiant hair, skin, and nails, Xenia is sure to help you turn back the hands of time and assist you in aging gracefully. Xenia provides a spectrum of key vitamins and other evidence-based natural ingredients such as alpha-lipoic acid, biotin, collagen, and elastin peptides, all combined in one capsule for your convenience. By promoting beauty from the inside out, you are strengthening your cells and creating a lasting enhancement to your natural beauty. Xenia fits into your daily routine and can be taken to boost your current cosmetic products. Available now at leading health and nutrition stores. Ask for Xenia by name. Start taking Xenia hair, skin, and nails today and get ready to look amazing.
Exclusively from Natural Factors.
I'm Dr. Michael Murray. I'm very excited to have the opportunity to talk with you about PGX, a truly revolutionary natural product that works perfectly to help get at the core issues that make weight loss so difficult. PGX is a clinically proven way to help people to achieve their ideal body weight that is safe and natural. PGX leads to a dramatic reduction in the glycemic index of any food or meal. It also ultimately causes the release of compounds that achieve two important goals in weight loss. One, telling your brain that you're satisfied so you eat less, and two, improving the action of the hormone insulin. If you've ever tried to lose weight and failed, it's not your fault. You just need the tremendous support that PGX can provide. For more information on making your weight loss dream a near effortless reality, please go to pgx.com.
Coenzyme Q10 is a powerful antioxidant nutrient. It protects against free radical damage, supports heart function, energy production, and immune response. Aging reduces our ability to absorb CoQ10 from our diet, so supplementing with a highly absorbable form of CoQ10 is the first step to ensuring optimal levels in the body. Secondly, typical CoQ10 supplements are in a ubiquinone or non-reduced form. For the body to use that type of CoQ10, it must first convert it to ubiquinol, or the reduced form. QH Absorb is Jarrow Formula's highly absorbable and bioavailable CoQ10 supplement. Not only is QH Absorb more absorbable than traditional CoQ10 supplements, but as ubiquinol, it's already in a reduced bioavailable form. Your body can use QH Absorb without having to do any conversion work. Ask specifically for Jarrow Formula's QH Absorb at your favorite vitamin retailer. For more information on QH Absorb, go to jarrow.com. That's JARROW for the best and highly absorbable bioavailable CoQ10 supplements.
Are you waking up each day to the life you have to live or to the life you want to live? Better health shouldn't be left to chance. Smart choices to living longer and stronger include making Kyolic aged garlic extract a part of your daily routine. For years, medical researchers have recommended adding Kyolic to the diet as a powerful tool to enhancing overall heart and immune health. Recent clinical studies at UCLA Medical Center using Kyolic suggest that garlic may slow plaque formation in the arteries and support healthy cholesterol and homocysteine levels. Previous research also shows Kyolic may enhance your immune system defenses. Kyolic is organic, odorless, and the only antioxidant garlic supplement available worldwide. Maintaining a healthier you could extend your life. Your wellness begins with Kyolic aged garlic extract, available everywhere fine nutritional supplements are sold. Visit kyolic.com, that's KYOLIC.com, or call 1-800-421-2998 for a free sample today.
The ever-increasing stress and toxicity we are exposed to from our environment, diets, and lifestyles make internal cleansing a necessary part of a good health regimen. Founded in 1980, Yerba Prima was the first company to launch a whole-body internal cleansing kit. Since that time, they have continued to develop and manufacture a complete range of all-natural, high-quality fiber and internal cleansing products. By using all-natural psyllium fiber and no harmful stimulant laxatives, all Yerba Prima fiber and internal cleansing products can be used over a long period of time to ensure optimal health and regularity. With nearly 30 years dedicated to all-natural cleansing products, it's easy to see why Yerba Prima is a leader in the fiber and cleansing products category. Learn more at yerbaprima.com, YERBAPRIMA.com, or visit your local health retailer. Yerba Prima, pioneer in internal cleansing products.
Let's Talk Nutrition is brought to you by Natural Factors, where great health begins. Right Way Nutrition. Nutrition the right way. Kyolic, aging makes the finest garlic truly odorless. Jarrow Formulas, superior nutrition and formulation. Country Life, a leader and authority in natural health and nutrition. Let's Talk Nutrition on the web at letstalknutrition.com. We're back from the break, so let's rejoin Dr. Michael Garko.
Welcome back to Let's Talk Nutrition, wherever and however you may be listening, whatever you may be doing. You may be watching the show right now. Go to letstalknutrition.com and you'll see the show. If you happen to be using Internet Explorer and you see a screen there where you don't see me, hit your refresh button. There's something about Internet Explorer where you might have to do that. My guest is Paul Schulick. Paul has been in the natural products industry for a very long time. He was the founder of New Chapter, that you hear their commercials run on this show. If you listen to the show, you know they've been a sponsor of my show for a long time. And Paul, very innovative in the way he created this company and why he created it and its mission. And the company has become a leader, excuse me, in the industry. And if you're watching, John will put up, there he is, a image of Paul. And I have occasion to talk with him a couple of times, but it's pretty clear to me that he has an intellectual curiosity about things. Otherwise, this company would not be what it is. So, Paul, welcome back. And I'm just curious, did you happen to hear me talk about the Neolithic period and bow hunting and the implications of it then? Did you happen to hear that?
Unfortunately, I missed it.
Okay.
I would have loved to have heard it.
Let me summarize it for you real quick, because I know you do have a curiosity about things. With these archaeologists from Spain, from the University Autónoma de Barcelona, found some artifacts, bows and arrows, that date back to the Neolithic period. They are claiming that these are the oldest artifacts of this type, bows and arrows, the bows in particular, the bows. And they found remains of prey. The site would suggest to them that not only did they use bow hunting to get food, but bow hunting was a way to celebrate achievement, develop community, and it had some sort of social dimension to it. The Neolithic period, we're talking 9,000 BC to 3,000 BC ago. Stone Age, it's called the New Stone Age. I mean, that's a long time ago. We typically consider those ancestors of ours to be uncivilized and primitive. But this new discovery suggests that bow hunting was sort of like what we do with hunting today. Celebrate, the kill, the achievement, brings community together, and so on. What do you make of that?
It's so interesting. Whenever I hear the word primitive, I always have to kind of take a second thought at that, because I so often think the mindset of the Western habits of sitting in front of a television set for 7 or 8 hours a day, to me, that is, I would say, more suspect. And the degree to which we are disconnected from the earth, our ancestors who were so-called primitives, they knew their way through the woods to the degree that, and they could survive in conditions that we couldn't even dream of surviving in today. And with our interruption of circadian rhythms and our interruption of our connection with the earth, I always find it really difficult when people talk, Michael, about primitives. So I think the whole notion of the hunting together, and for them it was like we go into a supermarket today, and our hunting is simply picking up a cellophane packaged piece of
yeah, we call that's our hunting and gathering, right?
and we don't even do it with love or with companionship. We're doing it like, look at it, well, gee, that isn't as fresh as this as it was last week. And I think it's just a whole different mindset that we have to kind of wake up and smell the herbs. It's a little bit like we're out of touch, and we need to recognize that.
Well said. And when they compared the scarce remains of the wild animals and the abundant hunting gear that they found at this site, these archaeologists, I have some friends who are archaeologists, they're interesting, that they concluded that nutrition was not the main aim of developing hunting objects. They concluded, given the evidence, that Neolithic archery could have had a significant community and social role, they said, as well as providing social prestige to physical activity. Why, hell, that's what we do today in modern world, in modern life with hunting, isn't it?
It's so true, and I think that there was a cult movie that came out a number of years ago called "The Gods Must Be Crazy."
Yes.
And in that scene, did you see the movie?
No, but I know that it's popular. It's one of the classics.
Yes, and in the scene, there's a so-called native, or language would call it primitive, who relates with the animal that he's about to kill with enormous affection and connection. And again, I think that's a piece that we are missing in our culture, which is, and I think, quite frankly, I think it's a part of the major reason why we're not well, is because we have such a disconnection with the rhythms of nature.
I'm glad you said it that way, because I was trying to point out to the listener, I said some might be asking, why would he be reporting on that? It has nothing to do with health. My point was similar to yours, that health and wellness occur in some sort of context, and that you can't separate the context from the concept of health and wellness, because the context can be a driver as to how we conceive of health, how we practice it, how we, in fact, engage it, right?
Totally. It's all in that relationship that makes the difference between, I think, health and disease. And
I'm wondering, given our theme that you and I want to talk about, they were talking about Neolithic archery. What about Neolithic fishing? What about
I love it.
What about the idea of fishing? I wonder if fishing was also in some of these ancient cultures a hunting activity, and I wonder if, like in the Neolithic period, it served a significant community and social role. I wonder about that. That's why I was saying, gee, they're hunting, yeah, but what about fishing? That's a sport. Nevertheless, when we come back, Paul Schulick, as you know, is the guest, and we're going to talk about, well, what do we get when we fish? We get fish. Hopefully, I'd never caught a fish. That's shameful for me to say. But nevertheless, we're going to be talking about fish and the contribution of fish to our health.
Feel tired, lethargic, or irritable? Take solace.
made during this broadcast regarding products or the claims made about specific products have not been evaluated by the U.S. Food and Drug Administration. Products and treatments discussed are not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent disease. Make your physician aware of all nutritional supplements used and immediately notify your physician if you have any health concern or undiagnosed sign or symptom.
Get ready to get healthy. Get ready to get fit. Get ready to take charge of your health. Get ready to listen, learn, and live healthier because your health is your wealth. It's time for some information and inspiration. It's time to talk about health and nutrition. Nutrition for your body, for your mind, for your spirit. It's time for Let's Talk Nutrition. Proper exercise, stress relief, eating well, supplementation for when you don't. Let's Talk Nutrition. Scientists, authors, nutrition specialists, personal trainers, holistic healers, experts in traditional, natural, and integrative medicine. Daily prizes and giveaways. Follow Dr. Garko on Twitter at Dr. Garko and on Facebook at facebook.com/Dr. Michael Garko. Now, welcome to Let's Talk Nutrition.
And it's great to be with you. Thanks for tuning in and listening. And hopefully you're watching as well. And you can do that at letstalknutrition.com. Because we stream this show 5 days a week, 2 hours a day, as well as have the regular radio broadcast. And you can listen on demand and watch the show on demand because they're archived at my website. The audio of the show is archived under show schedule. The video is right there on the home page. If you're using Internet Explorer, refresh your page if you don't see the streaming. There's some glitch in Internet Explorer that you just have to do that. My guest is Paul Schulick. I love doing this show for a lot of different reasons. One, I get a chance to talk with you and share things with you that you might not otherwise have the time to go find or know or, you know, and I do because that's my job. I produce the show. And to share that with you, like I was sharing about that archaeological find of those artifacts, those bows going back to the Neolithic period. These bows are like somewhere between 5,000 to 7,000, 5,000 BC. I mean, that's a long time ago. And that they concluded, the archaeologists, that the bows, given the site and the evidence that they found, was not just for hunting, for the sake of hunting, but it was to create some sort of a sense of community, to celebrate achievement, and so on. That sounds pretty civilized to me, as quote-unquote primitive as we think they were. And I love, the being able to talk about those things with you and their implications to health. And my guest, Paul Schulick, made the point that we have lost touch with the earth. Our ancestors, it was essential that they stayed in touch with the earth. And he believes, Paul, you heard him talking, and we'll get him back on here in a second, that losing touch with the earth, you lose touch with your health and your wellness and your sense, maybe even our sense of what we are. Health occurs and wellness occur in a context. And that's why I report on those studies. Because as I said, it's my belief that understanding the past illuminates the present and maybe serves as a guide toward the future. And so that's why I talk about those things on this show. They are relevant to health and wellness. Now, we're going to be talking about fish, I guess, in a sense. And Paul, welcome back. During the break, I went and just out of curiosity, I really quickly did some fast research on our ancestors in fishing, and fishing dates back to the Upper Paleolithic period, which was about 40,000 years ago. And fast forward to now, we got
2 lifetimes.
That's right. And fast forward to now, we have now New Chapter and their product Wholeness. We've come a long way in 40,000 years, right?
Well, that's right. There is very strong evidence that we actually evolved near the oceans, and we evolved to gain the omega-3s and the iodine. A study just came out in the last week recommending in prenatal supplements and in postnatal supplements to have higher levels of iodine. And almost every day or every week you're reading another article on the importance of the omega-3s, EPA and DHA and other omega-3 fatty acids, and the importance of the evolving brain, and how our brain, eventually, you could see in the studies that have been presented over the past few years, we basically evolved with the oceans. And it's only as we grew more inland that I would say there's an argument that our health perhaps more deteriorated as a result of the inland movement and away from some of the nutrients that we could get that allow us greater resilience near the ocean. And that one of those is the fish.
As I understand it, I think I have, if my memory serves me, we have the same ratio of salt to water in our body as exists in the ocean.
That's exactly correct. And that solution that we swim in ourselves and in the ocean, there's a reason why we are. It's so amazing when you look at the health benefits of just simply eating 2 or 3 servings of fatty fish per week. It's absolutely incredible to see what can happen, especially when we're confronted with so much bombardment from electrical stress and disconnection from the earth. If we don't get those essential nutrients which allow our cell membranes to be permeable, then we run into a crisis of mental and physical health. And, there's a news report, Michael, you may have reported on today. The Attorney General of New York did a survey of 3 or 4 major chains and found that a lot of the herbal supplements that were being sold were not of the quality that were being demonstrated. I think it's calling for consumers to look and to demand, actually, that there be a dossier or a folder with each product that the retailer can have and that the consumer can request, which will demonstrate, for example, when you're buying a fish oil supplement, you want to know, how is that fish oil supplement produced? Is it produced using hexane, or is it produced using methods like winterization and deodorization, and what are the levels of pesticides and other things that are present in that product, mercury? Is that an issue in this product? And I think that whenever you're taking something, especially on a daily basis, you want not only to make sure you're evolving well as your ancestors did, but you also want to be sure that that product is going to be whatever it's claimed to be.
Wow. I'm so happy that you commented on this. I talk about this on the show all the time. It's part of the show because supplementation is a strong theme on Let's Talk Nutrition. And I often say to the listener and share with the listener, because I'm a consumer too. It's not just about marketing. It's not about the bottle. It's not about the label. It's what's inside. And you have to do your due diligence, and you have to find out and separate out the good supplement companies from the wannabes and the charlatans. And that's what I try to do on this show, to make the consumer aware about the. I won't mention the horrible. I can't do that by name. I would be sued. But I can point out the good companies. I don't think they'll sue me for celebrating them. But that's what I try to do on the show. And I'm always astonished why people are motivated to look for the cheapest price sometimes. They'll go into some of these discount houses where they can buy lawnmowers, washing machines, pencils, and tablets, and they'll buy their supplements there. You don't buy your supplements where you buy lawn and garden supplies. This doesn't make sense to me.
Exactly. And I think on what you're taking on a daily basis, people need to rely upon the educated staff and their doctors for guidance as to which companies are quality assessed. And I learned in the last few years that there's over 1,600 brands that are selling supplements in the natural products industry. 1,600 brands.
That's amazing.
And it is. It's amazing. And what's happening is that of those 1,600 brands, it's impossible. We come out with a product, maybe one or two products a year. We are launching now a new mushroom product, and we're also launching a postnatal supplement. And in both cases, they've taken us years to develop, to quality control and to assess for every single ingredient. And I think that's the kind of, it's like you, I'm taking the supplements, my family takes the supplements.
Absolutely. We'll be back with Paul Schulick.
Over the past 60 years, I have prescribed and been introduced to countless health therapies from around the world. I formulated Medi-C Plus, a natural remedy with high amounts of vitamin C and lysine for maintaining strong bones, cartilage, teeth, and gums, and aiding in collagen formation. Now in my 90s, Medi-C Plus is my insurance for the maintenance of good health. Make Medi-C Plus a part of your daily health routine too.
Available at health food stores and specialty pharmacies.
Over the past 60 years, I have prescribed and been introduced to countless health therapies from around the world. I formulated Medi-C Plus, a natural remedy with high amounts of vitamin C and lysine for maintaining strong bones, cartilage, teeth, and gums, and aiding in collagen formation. Now in my 90s, Medi-C Plus is my insurance for the maintenance of good health. Make Medi-C Plus a part of your daily health routine too.
Available at health food stores and specialty pharmacies.
Oceans 3 was created with a simple premise in mind. Develop a line of
is a premium dietary and nutritional supplement provider who believes the best form of encouragement is results. Right Way Nutrition aims to provide customers with the most superior and effective products available. Right Way Nutrition's 100% pure green coffee bean extract with Svetol does just that. While green coffee bean extract may not be new to the scene, Right Way Nutrition offers a new and improved formula of green coffee bean extract infused with their trademark ingredient, Svetol, which is proven to be a vital ingredient for successful weight loss results. Right Way Nutrition provides you with a fast-acting, healthy, effective green coffee bean extract proven to naturally and safely aid weight loss. Your search for the perfect natural weight loss supplement is over. Right Way Nutrition's 100% pure green coffee bean extract with Svetol will help you reach all your weight loss goals.
Feel tired, lethargic, or irritable? Take Solace. You're one of millions of Americans that has trouble falling asleep or staying asleep. In fact, according to a national survey, 54% of adults have trouble sleeping. So what can you do about it? Take Solace. Solace is an all-natural dietary supplement formulated to support healthy sleep and relaxation. Solace can help you fall asleep and stay asleep naturally. Formulated with all-natural ingredients, Solace is non-addictive and won't leave you feeling groggy in the morning. Take Solace an hour before bed and feel the calming effects of this extensively researched sleep and relaxation aid. For more information on Solace, call toll-free 877-533-7066 or visit TakeSolace.com. That's 877-533-7066 or take SOLUS.com. Look for Solace in your local health and nutrition store. Solace, for a good night's rest naturally.
Let's Talk Nutrition is brought to you by Now Foods. Our products work. Garden of Life, empowering extraordinary health. Form Essentials, makers of the sleep aid Solace. Now introducing Zinnia for healthy hair, skin, and nails. Flexin, the joint health experts. Nordic Naturals, pure and great tasting omega oils. Let's Talk Nutrition on the web at letstalknutrition.com. We're back from the break, so let's rejoin Dr. Michael Garko.
Yeah, my guests are pretty informed people, and they're in touch. My guest Paul Schulick pointed out that just today, the New York Attorney General targets supplements at major retailers. And if you're watching the show, we published on the screen, you'll see it, one source, that's the New York Times, by the way, where the New York State Attorney General's office accused 4 major retailers, they said on Monday, of selling fraudulent and potentially dangerous herbal supplements and demanded that they remove the products from the shelves. The authorities said that they had conducted tests on top-selling store brands of herbal supplements at 4 national retailers. I won't mention them on the air. Read the article. I'm not in the business of throwing people under the bus. Then they'll say I have an agenda. And found that 4 out of the 5 of the products that did not contain any of the herbs on their labels. I'm just saying. That's why it's another reason to listen to Let's Talk Nutrition. I do my mightiest to point you in the direction of supplement companies that are reputable, trustworthy, and have been in the business a long time. After all, I'm taking these supplements too. And when my mom was alive, I was giving her the supplements, and she was taking them and took them for decades. I would put them buy the bottles and whatnot, and put them on the table. When they were done, she'd put them back on the table when they were empty. So, I'm like you. I'm taking them as well. Paul, thanks for bringing up the story. I didn't have a chance to do it. I'm glad you did. Credit to you. I mean, you're not running away from that story. You have no reason to.
Well, we actually are leaning into that story.
Exactly.
Yes.
I always enjoy having you on because, and first of all, I want to thank you for entertaining my reporting on those archaeological finds. I knew that you would be able to comment on, and you made the points that I knew you would do, and I appreciate you because I know you wanted to come on and talk about some things from New Chapter.
Thank you.
Speaking of fishing, I alluded to your product, Wholemega, and if you're watching on Let's Talk Nutrition right now, you will see the product. We have the bottle and the box, very nicely done. But I can assure you what's inside the bottle is even better than what you see on the outside of the bottle. So what words mean, Wholemega, what's implied in the name of the product?
It's a great question. And when we say whole omega, what people are getting when they take most fish oil supplements is they're getting a highly refined supplement, which is, I'd say, quite beneficial for the most part, but it is not a whole fish oil supplement. It is a highly refined concentrate of 2, perhaps a few other fatty acids like EPA and DHA, which are the concentrates, but there is such a concentration and a purification which eliminates or vastly diminishes important other fatty acids. Like, if you look at Wholemega's label, you'll see not just EPA and DHA, but you'll see a number of other omega-3 fatty acids like oxidecanoic acid. And you'll also see omega-5 fatty acids like myristoleic acid. You'll see omega-9 fatty acids like nervonic acid. And then you do a search in the National Library of Medicine and you key in those fatty acids and you say, oh my goodness, I had no idea that some of those fatty acids may be either as important as EPA and DHA, or they might actually accentuate the activity of the EPA and DHA. Like, it's even been found, Harvard researchers found that certain omega-6 fatty acids can make a huge difference in bioavailability and efficacy of the omega-3 fatty acids.
Mm-hmm.
So our whole philosophy that we've been employing for more than 30 years, this is not a fly-by-night philosophy. We've been doing it for decades now, is we always lean into the whole. That's our philosophy. One of my formulation principles is called 1 + 1 is greater than 2, which is that you look at the whole supplement, the whole product. So Whomega stands for multiple omega-3 and 5 and 6 and 7 and 9 fatty acids that yield a total of at least 17 fatty acids that are valuable to human health.
Okay. Let me see if I can, I'm doing this on the fly. Let me see if I can do an analogy here. I've met you. We've talked a couple of times in person. You've been on my show now a number of times. I know you to some extent. But if I really wanted to know Paul Schulick, I would need a greater context. And the best context to understand who Paul Schulick is and what he's all about would be his family context and all the members that constitute it. Because you're situated within the middle of your family. And what you are right now at this moment, what you have been, what you will become, is directly tied by that context and all the different influences within that context. Your mother, your father, your siblings, your cousins, your nieces, your grandparents, all have an effect on you, like the Whomega business. You know, the omega-3s are influenced by all those other omegas situated within the family of omegas. That makes sense?
Oh, I'm going to listen to this radio show right afterwards, or I'm going to ask a whole bunch of people to listen to that description. That is poetic, and that exactly describes. I've never heard it said like that before.
I've never said it.
But that is the wisdom. That's what we call the wisdom of nature. But you have just articulated it as a poet would. It was really beautiful.
Well, thanks.
You can't look at one out of the context of the whole, no more than you would say that Dr. Michael Gorko is just his heart. He's also his mind, he's also his legs, every part of that body is him. Mm-hmm. And so you can't take one or two fractions out from the fish
and then understand the whole. We'll be back.
Natural Factors presents
Let's Talk Nutrition on the web at letstalknutrition.com. We're back from the break, so let's rejoin Dr. Michael Garko.
There are certain things your body can make or synthesize and things that it can't. The things that it can't, we term essential, meaning that it's essential that you get them through your diet. Turns out that your plasma membrane that surrounds your cells is constituted of many elements, one of which is fat. And these omega-3s play an important role in, I won't get into the weeds on this, but just to suffice it to say that it's essential that you get it from your diet, and that it's essential that your body be able to use them to construct those membranes. Because if it doesn't get the right fats, it'll use whatever fats you give it to build it. And so that'd be like building a house with shoddy materials. Yeah, you'll get it built, but you really want to live in it? So if you're not eating fish and you're not getting, these omega-3s some other way, then you're going to have to supplement. And you might want to consider New Chapter's Whole-Mega. Well, Paul, welcome back.
Oh, it's nice to be back, Michael. Thank you.
So, and I, as well as anybody, we could go on PubMed right now and type in omega-3 fatty acids or fish oil, and we would get thousands of hits. There have been so many studies on these essential fatty acids. And it's pretty convincing. From your brain down to the bottom of your feet, they make a contribution. But I was just wondering, given all that you know about the research, what do you think are some of the primary contributions of getting these essential fatty acids into your body, like taking your product Whole-Mega or eating fish or doing both? What do you think are some of the more salient contributions?
I think there's a fact that almost speaks for itself, Michael, and I think that if you look at just the structure of our brain, about 60% of the brain and the nerves that run every system in our body is composed of fat. Of that fat, 15 to 20% of that brain mass is actually, of that fat portion, is actually DHA. Mm-hmm. So it is, if we talk about essential nutrients and nutrients that are going to be responsible for proper electrical wiring of our system, which essentially structures everything, if that is intact and properly nourished, then you could expect a greater likelihood of optimal functioning. If, however, that balance is towards fats that are unhealthy, then what's going to happen is we're going to end up in a situation where things are going to start to go in the opposite direction, completely disintegrating the order and the wisdom of nature. So I think that the key element that one needs to look at, again, is if you just do one fat of the whole, you're missing a huge part of the potential for the body to nourish itself and to heal itself. And we really don't know. It's so interesting. I read years ago that it took over 100 years before they even began to understand how aspirin works. And they still don't completely understand how aspirin works.
I know.
So we take these supplements or these drugs, and we're kind of looking at it from the most superficial aspect. And that's where, right back to your beginning discussion about the Paleolithic, Neolithic type of connection with the earth, we can't assume, it's like we just studied postnatal development. You can't assume that you can make up a formula that's going to be identical to mother's milk. It's just really a bit outrageous and I would say ostentatious to think that you could possibly duplicate what Mother Nature has to offer. And I think, again, that comes back to this essential point about looking to the whole, looking to the wisdom of nature, and not just to one compound or to an isolated compound. And make a distinction when you go into a health food store. Make a distinction. Is that whole food? Is that something I would find on my plate? And how is that going to nourish my nervous system? So really ask that question whenever you take any supplement. So when you take Omega, what you're taking is a supplement that is basically equivalent to taking 2 or 3 servings of fresh fatty fish per week. You're literally getting the whole context of the oil, fresh from the fish. No winterization, no deodorization, no molecular distillation. It's really just the whole food.
You're listening to Paul Schulick. What's your title? I know you're the founder of New Chapter. Do you have another title there at New Chapter these days?
I have received a new title as the Chief Mission Officer, which is a really interesting title because it's an empowerment from our parent company, Procter & Gamble, that they are honoring the key mission that has driven New Chapter for the last 3 decades. And they have empowered me, essentially, and my wife Barbie, as founders of the company, to speak on behalf of the founding mission and to make sure whatever we do at New Chapter remains faithful to our mission.
Some people may be surprised. I'm surprised that you mentioned it, and some people may be surprised to know that New Chapter is part of Procter & Gamble. And I remember when that transition happened, there was a lot of upheaval and people upset, and they thought that New Chapter was going to be compromised and the products were going to get, somehow diminished in some way. I am an observer. I certainly have no view into the inside workings of either company, for sure. As an observer and as a consumer and as a producer and host of this show for 10 years, my conclusion is that I must say, I think at the end of the day, I see gains. I see even an improvement. I see a movement forward and an evolution in New Chapter to its benefit. That's my observation. If it was otherwise, I'd tell you that. You know that.
Thank you so much. And that's really been an important observation that Barbie and I have had over the past almost 3 years of working with Procter & Gamble, is that we've been able to utilize their huge resources of scientists to bring to the backing of nature. They could easily have created, before they purchased New Chapter, they could easily have created another vitamin C and another vitamin E and another selenium. But what they chose to do was immensely courageous, because they chose to purchase a company that was representing the wisdom of nature. And it's a much more complicated to try to prove that you've got 17 fatty acids in your Omega fish oil supplement versus 2 or 3 highly refined, purified fatty acids. That is a huge investment.
We'll be right back.
Are you able to consume the recommended 6 to 8 servings of fresh fruits and vegetables in a day for optimal health and well-being? Who has time to prepare and eat that many servings? Now there is a way to consume 5 whole servings of fresh fruits and vegetables in an easy-to-mix drink. That's half of your daily recommended servings in one drink. Introducing Greens Plus Wild Berry Burst Powder, made up of 29 enzymatically alive whole foods, along with 7 antioxidant-rich berry extracts in a delicious powder form that you can easily mix into water or your favorite fruit juice. Greens Plus Wild Berry Burst contains sea vegetables, probiotics, organic grasses, and herbal extracts that help to support the immune system, provide increased energy, provide an alkaline pH, and cleanse and detoxify the body. No heat is used in the processing of Greens Plus Wild Berry Burst, so it is enzymatically alive, just like fresh fruits and vegetables. You can find Greens Plus Wild Berry Burst at your local health food store. Ask for it by name.
Did you know that doctors recommend omega-3 essential fatty acids for kids and grown-ups alike? Nordic Naturals, the #1 fish oil in the U.S., offers omega-3s for everyone. In fact, Nordic Naturals has one of the largest product portfolios in the world. Our best-selling Ultimate Omega is available in soft gels or liquid, both with a light, clean lemon flavor and no fishy aftertaste. This concentrated formula has been clinically shown to support heart health. For children, kids everywhere love Nordic Naturals Children's DHA, offered in great-tasting strawberry liquid or chewable soft gels. New Omega Boost is a creamy, delicious formulation of omega-3s. With its great mango taste and velvety smooth texture, Nordic Naturals Omega Boost is a great choice for the whole family. Nordic Naturals carefully manages every step of production of our omega-3 fish oils from boat to bottle, so you can count on Nordic Naturals to be exceptionally pure, fresh, and effective. Nordic Naturals for kids and grown-ups alike. Available at natural products retailers or online at nordicnaturals.com.
As a family-owned company since 1968, Now Foods has spent the last 46 years building a legacy in the natural health industry as a trusted leader. Now provides a comprehensive approach to wellness by offering more than 1,400 high-quality health foods, supplements, sports nutrition, and personal care products at an affordable price. Now believes that natural is better. They don't use artificial colors, flavors, or sweeteners, and they offer many vegetarian, organic, and gluten-free products. Their foods are all non-GMO. Since their beginning, Now has grown to become an award-winning leader in the natural health industry. But one thing has never changed: their commitment to providing the highest quality products at the best value to empower people to lead healthier lives. High quality doesn't have to mean high price. From essential oils to amino acids, multivitamins to natural sweeteners, Now has you covered. To find a store near you that carries Now products, or for more information, visit nowfoods.com. That's nowfoods.com.
Medi-C Plus. The C in Medi-C Plus stands for vitamin C, and the plus stands for lysine. Did you know vitamin C is arguably the most important water-soluble antioxidant in the human body? Or that we cannot produce vitamin C on our own like animals do? We need Medi-C Plus to meet our daily needs. Medi-C Plus provides the body with a high concentration of vitamin C and lysine, which work together to build collagen for optimal heart health. Dr. Gifford Jones, graduate of the Harvard Medical School, developed Medi-C Plus after his own heart attack 16 years ago. With the help of Medi-C Plus, Dr. Gifford Jones is now a healthy 91 years old. But Medi-C Plus is not just for heart health. Medi-C Plus also benefits your immune system, vision, promotes healthy skin, provides support for healthy teeth and gums, healthy joints, and much more. So make Medi-C Plus part of your daily routine and enjoy healthy living. Medi-C Plus at your local vitamin discount center and all fine health food stores. You can also order online at mymedi-c.com or call toll-free at 1-844-871-0069. When you're passionate about your health, that passion leads to the knowledge that exercise and a healthy diet are not always enough. Sometimes you need the extra nutritional boost that only supplements can provide. If you are looking for the leading national brands of vitamins, supplements, health and beauty, weight loss, or sports nutrition products, look no further than Vitamin Discount Center. Voted Best Independent Chain by Vitamin Retailer Magazine, Vitamin Discount Center has been a trusted and valuable nutrition resource to the Tampa Bay area for over 15 years. With daily savings up to 50%, Vitamin Discount Center offers the best prices on the highest quality nutritional supplements. Not only will you find unbeatable value, your visit includes access to a staff educated on the application of products to help equip you with the products and information you need to proactively improve your health. To locate the store nearest you, visit vitamindiscountcenter.com, as well as access to articles on popular health topics, promotions, events, and thousands of products to shop from right at home. Your search for an affordable solution to better health is finally over. Vitamin Discount Center. For life, for less.
Let's Talk Nutrition is brought to you by Natural Factors, where great health begins. Right Way Nutrition. Nutrition the right way. Schulick, aging makes the finest garlic truly odorless. Jarrow Formulas, superior nutrition and formulation. Country Life, a leader and authority in natural health and nutrition. Let's Talk Nutrition on the web at letstalknutrition.com. We're back from the break, so let's rejoin Dr. Michael Garko.
Here's the LTN health question of the day, sponsored by no less than VDCUSA.com. I was reporting on a study where these archaeologists discovered a bow and hunting apparatus, bows and whatever, and the remains of prey. And it goes back quite a bit, a long time ago, back to the Neolithic period. And if you want to know more about that story, the show is on demand, of course, at letstalknutrition.com, both the video and the audio. Here's the question. In what country did these archaeologists find these artifacts from the Neolithic period, these bows? Was it Italy, France, or España? Spain. Which one was it? Italy, France, or Spain? I gave the answer a couple of times. It may have been, as I was talking, worked in. You may have not caught it. I don't know. Maybe you did. 877-897-8255. That's a toll-free number. If you have the right answer, you'll win a $25 supplement gift card. You can go to your nearest favorite health store and buy some New Chapter Wholemega. 877-897-8255. How much Wholemega do you take a day, Paul?
I take 2 grams per day, which is the equivalent of the 3 fatty fish servings per week.
2 grams a day.
Correct.
That's reasonable. American Heart Association and others, different outfits, have it somewhere between 3 and 5. 2 will get it done, I'm sure, as well. Sometimes,
but your question belied another question, which was, what do I have for breakfast and what do I have for lunch?
Okay, exactly.
And what I have for breakfast is a can of sardines, and what I have for lunch is wild Alaskan salmon.
Okay.
So I am a huge consumer of naturally present omega-3 fatty acids.
The other day I was talking about sardines, and then I got an email from a listener. I have to respond to her. She wanted to know how I cooked them. There's no cooking. They come in a can. I use Crown Prince. The brand I use is Crown Prince. The sardines in water. I like Crown Prince's brand because I don't know. They just taste better to me. They don't smell no funky. I mean, they're just better to me, a better quality. And I put olive oil on them, some oregano, a little bit of garlic powder, maybe onion powder, some other spices, maybe. And sometimes, I'll add things to that and make it like a sardine with maybe some green peppers or some different colored peppers. Mix it in. It can be almost like a salad. It's great. I do that at least 3 times a week. I also eat anchovies. You like anchovies? Or are they too salty for you?
It's an interesting question. I'm going to, based upon what your diet, I'm going to try more anchovies. It's been years, actually, since I've eaten them.
Yeah, what you got to do is you take them and put them on when you get them out of the can, put it on a paper towel and sort of pat them down a little bit and get some of the residue of the salt and whatnot off of it. And they are salty. That's how they preserve them. But I eat the sardines and the anchovies together, and I make a meal. I make a meal out of it.
Very, very good. I'm drooling. It sounds delicious.
Yeah. Have you ever tried?
I know there are some people. The world is divided into people who like sardines and people who don't like.
Yeah,
sardines.
You couldn't get them to eat it at gunpoint. Have you ever tried Crown Prince, the brand?
I have. I like them very much, but I'm a sardine. Everybody has their own sardine taste.
Which one do you like?
I like Vital Choice. They are.
Oh, they're good.
I do like their product, and they are really high on the sustainability model. So, and I don't know Crown Prince's position on that, but I do trust the folks at Vital Choice. So I really like to buy their seafood. And Alaska is where we get our Wholemega from, and I know that Alaska has exquisite standards for purity and potency of the product. So that's why I land on their sardines. But they also have anchovies, so I'm going to, after we get off the phone, Michael, I'm going to go ahead and order them.
Sometimes people, what they'll do too, Paul, when they're eating sardines and anchovies, they'll have like an apple. They'll slice some apple slices on the side, and they'll eat the apple with the sardines. To sort of cut. Some people, They don't like that taste. The apple sort of softens the taste of the sardines, you know? Yeah.
Yes, you know, I was going to comment. I'm learning from you, and I realize that your logo on your website is really quite perfect. The way you poetically describe the whole. Listen, learn, and live health. And I think that's really a motto which we can all hold closer to our hearts.
Yeah, listen, learn, live healthier, yeah.
It's valuable that you speak from your walking the walk.
Lord knows I
living the life.
Just like you, Paul, and everybody, I take it. People say, "What do you do?" I say, "One day at a time." That's what I do.
That's very good.
That's all I can do. One day at a time. I try to focus on quality of life today, like this moment with you, right? This very moment with you that we've had for the last almost 2 hours. That's where I am totally absorbed in this moment, because that's all I have is right now, this moment, and I'm trying to seize the moment and help the listener and make a contribution, and that's how I do it. But I always enjoy having you on. You inspire me, and you get me to go places in my own mind and my own creativity that otherwise I wouldn't go. So I appreciate that.
Thank you very much. The feeling is quite mutual. I really love the words of Eckhart Tolle and the name of his book, The Power of Now. It's really what it's all about, and I think we can really optimize our moment by being in connection with the earth. I think you opened the show with that, and I think that's such a perfect metaphor for what we really need to strive for, is to get back to who we really are.
Absolutely. Let's go to Largo, Florida. Irene, what country was that study done? Italy, France, or Spain?
Spain.
España. You won a $25 supplement gift card. And thank you for listening and watching, Irene.
Okay. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Paul, I'll see. You're going to be at Expo West?
I will be there.
I
look forward to seeing you.
I'll seek you out, okay?
I will look forward to it.
All right. Take care, and thanks for being on. Take New Chapter products. Why? Because your health is your wealth, and your health is the wealth of those who care about and love you, and give a special try for their Whole-Mega. I do Zyflamend every day. I do their Whole-Mega, but the Zyflamend I've been taking for years. Try it. You'll love it.